Do y'all think we landed on the moon?
I mean, I just assume we did, yeah.
I've seen a lot of conspiracies. Stuff I don't know the answers to.
I always hear it's like, damn, if we did that in like the 1960s and the 70s and 80s, how come we haven't done it in the past, like all 2000, nobody's ever gone to the moon? Like, why is that? Aren't we at the most advanced we would have been?
And I've heard rebuttals like, oh, we're about to go, or it was a race then, and now that we did it, we don't need to do it again.
Like, well, there's really nothing there.
Nothing there, there's just some saying there.
I'm gonna say yeah, I believe. I'd hope so.
This is people that are supposed to be in a space station up in space, and they're saying it looks a bit fake.
Okay.
Let's see.
You look like you're in a studio, maybe in Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
See the hair?
I don't know. We're going to have to do something for you.
I want to do it. I know. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Can everybody float around for us? That was really cool, Chris. Look at her. Look at her.
I think Sandy's hair is pretty much a dead giveaway. I think Sandy's hair is pretty much a dead giveaway.
The ISS is the worst NASA production to date, bar none.
Hey, what is
sloppy,
that?
illogical.
Has massive technical issues and even larger plot holes. So many, in fact, it is difficult to know which to address first. Where do I start? Alphabetical? Chronological? Order of importance?
The first one that springs to mind is probably the most ridiculous. It is what I like to call ISS hairspray.
Remember earlier when I said nerds watch everything? That now includes all footage from the International Space Station. On that station, there are a lot of things that do not make sense, including the very station itself. Let's start from the inside and work our way out. The ISS is supposedly in zero gravity, which means all loose items inside should have a certain flowing feeling about them. You can see this in zero-G planes that people sometimes rent. It is a kind of like being in a swimming pool, where things like long hair act a certain way. Only women on the ISS have long hair. Technically speaking, I challenge any engineer on this. No one on the station should have any hair at all. It does not make sense. Hair of any length would break off and quickly clog the air filters. It would get everywhere.
There's a reason why public swimming pools require shower caps, yet NASA lets it slide. I will too in order to move to a bigger issue that stemmed from this slide.
Now that long hair is allowed on the ISS, you have to deal with the zero gravity issue visually. In true zero-G, long hair flows like it was in water. You can see this in zero-G plane footage. Hair flows naturally to and fro and is expected. This is not the case with the ISS. The women's hair almost invariably stands straight up, like
The Bride of Frankenstein. I know that reference dates me. I'm older. Their hair is literally permed or at the very least sprayed to death. This is what I like to call a production risk. It is unnecessary and reckless. If you are staging a zero-G scene,
there are a number of ways to visually deal with hair. You can pull the hair back into a ponytail.
It's so weird how red hair shirt lady, they have it sprayed up, and then when she goes the other way around, it still stays completely erect, which is like
a dead giveaway.
Yeah, it seems, yeah. Comparing it to the other clip and how their hair was moving.
So, and then the guy grabbing the wire, I just thought was funny too.
It almost seems like they're forcing it too much, like for us to believe that they're in space. Like you can tell by her hair, like obviously.
Right when they said, "Are you guys really up there?" She goes, "The hairspray, where it doesn't move no matter your angle, it just stays the same." Oh, that's believable.
You can wear a cool NASA hat or any other logo you would like to endorse. As mentioned above, you could make short hair mandatory for both sexes. The last thing you should do is set the hair in place. It never looks natural. Yes, it can be done to add a cheap zero-G effect, but you do not have to do it because the public already believes you are in near-Earth orbit. Again, all of this is easy to find. Simply search ISS hairspray. After that, you could look for ISS green screen, where the technical issues never stop because NASA is fond of giving live interviews to media and school children.
One of my favorites is watching an ISS member reach for and put away a hat on the other side of the room, even though he never grabbed it. You see, the floating hat was CGI and the monitor layer glitched. I cannot do it justice here. You will find it.
You look like you're in a studio, maybe in Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
I think Sandy's hair is pretty much a dead giveaway.
And it almost makes you think, so what else is there the space or NASA people, are they kind of lying to us about or trying to mislead the general public? I think that kind of just freaks me out a bit. Like,
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Netflix movie They Clone Tyrone with Jamie Foxx?
I haven't seen that yet.
Y'all gotta watch it. Lots of government under the surface stuff. That's
Right.
like all the stuff that they do to keep us up here thinking. It reminds me of that movie, the sense of like, oh, there's something way bigger.
Right.
The way they were doing some experiments in that movie and all this shit you wouldn't even think about. I'm like, if they can already etch out these ideas in a movie form, I feel like there's a little bit of truth to all the stuff they already do. Because if you could think of that for a movie, that means in the reality you've already thought of that shit and tried stuff. So I always feel like maybe there's way bigger things. Like if we talk about the aliens that they've been trying to cover up.
Exactly. Like even with the alien thing, I'm like, is that just?
And I think the guy that said it, he is like a reputable source though. He's not like one person to maybe lie about. He has like a really good background. So
And you swore under oath too, and it's like, well, damn, that's legit. But
Yeah,
then
and I'm
they're
saying
just
that-
telling us now. What else do they know, and what else are they hiding?
I believe in aliens, like they're there, but I always feel like if they came here, why do you think they don't just make themselves known? Like, do you think they're shy? Do you think they too nervous?
And
to
it's like,
say
why
something?
now?
Or they've been like, for the past few years, they've been teasing new UFO, and then they had a rollout plan. All right, yeah, I might as well say there's some aliens, some like extraterrestrial life forms.
It just seems like huge historic news.
Why is it that they did like a soft launch of saying aliens are real?
No, that's what they said though. They're like, yeah, we
Yeah.
recognize.
There's some unidentified pilots of aircraft that are from non-human origin.
Non-human body.
What?
What is that?
What do you mean by that? So there's aliens here, and we got ships and shit. Oh yeah. Isn't that the single most?
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it? I'm scared. What's about to happen?
I always thought, oh, they're hiding alien. Like they've been had aliens here. I'm a big alien guy. I've been believing that shit. Because how could you not? How could you not believe that we're alone in the universe?
So you have to believe it now,
I think
right?
they're saying this so they can like up a budget with like our defense and weapons. So then we have to build stuff that can protect us from the aliens. So maybe it's like a saying that there might be something crazier that comes out of it in terms of like a defense, bigger weapons, bigger tanks, bigger this, just so we can up budget for that. And the aliens thing was just enough to sprinkle it to be like, well, we did say there's some others, so we need to like protect us from all this other stuff. Because why just say that and then not follow up and show us evidence? Like, what's the point of just kind of saying it but not showing us anything?
I thought that I would always see more and more people talking about UFO clips and this happened and this person comes out and this whistleblower and this guy said this, and now they're like, oh shit, they're really kind of saying shit. All right, well, fine. There were some things recovered. Next thing, COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the thought process behind their launch of the.
I would love to believe it, but I mean, why just kind of say it? That's the whole point, just to get us talking, and then that way we're just distracted again for whatever else is happening behind all this.
And another thing I don't get is how were they like FaceTime live streaming from space? And, like I be losing connection and Wi-Fi like downstairs.
Yep. Oh no, but they had the Hubble space station. Shit looked crystal clear.
And how far is that? Oh, that like how do you have connection?
But look at her hair. They're clearly in space. And look at the cable that I just had to bring back real quick.
What would be the point to lie about that though? Too? I don't know.
And that's why it's like, why lie?
Now you have people questioning shit that they shouldn't be questioning, all because y'all lying about shit. And I don't know, maybe those people that were doing their little, we're in space and having a Q&A, I don't know if that was for a classroom or for something just for show, but still, I don't think it's, don't try to insult my intelligence.
Yeah.
By with the hairspray
And
and
it's
shit.
proof in that hearing or in that whatever that was that they are lying to us in certain ways. Like something with the funding, how they're like not saying where that money is going or something like that. I need to watch it again, but they do be lying.
Aliens.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, Biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
I love how in these like C-SPAN ass town hall government meetings, they speak so uber professional to where you can't even understand it. So were pilots recovered? Biologics came with the craft.
So yes or no was their body.
So there's a fucking alien is what you mean. Biologics came.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you and Skiff about.
So there's aliens.
How can you just, that's crazy. Think about that. Non-human. They found something that's non-human. But what is it?
Like we're saying, isn't that the biggest news ever in the history of the world?
That's the craziest thing ever.
And he was saying that he could show them and their team after the meeting, but like obviously the public can't see it. He's like, yeah, no, we can show you guys what it was.
Let me see.
Why can't we see?
Bro, let me see.
Is it like a little tiny little thing? Were they saying the pilots were the aliens?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they were
Pilots,
saying
yeah.
Non-human, whatever that can be.
You're telling me there's extraterrestrial just flying around us? Can we be prepared a little bit about what we need to do if they stop in my spot?
You know what? I bet you if they really came on the news stations and really showed the bodies of real aliens, everyone would freak out.
Like it'd be too much.
Easing
like, what
into
if it's nothing like we've always had our images and it's like, oh fuck, what the fuck are these?
It's probably
things?
something we've never even imagined.
You think the government's talked to aliens though? You think it's like,
Yeah.
You think we've like spoken to them, like communicated in some way?
Shit, I think so.
I think so. And even if we haven't talked to them, like we have their bodies, we have their all the crafts. I mean, have y'all seen the Bob Lazar, Joe Rogan podcast where he talks about going on to an alien spaceship?
No, what did he say?
Oh my God, I'll have to send it to you, and I think you guys should watch it too.
Yeah.
Type in on Spotify or YouTube, whatever, Bob Lazar, Joe Rogan Alien Podcast. And basically, Bob Lazar was this super smart mathematician, scientist, aerospace guy who was invited onto Area 52, Area 51, whatever. And they had him working, trying to reverse engineer alien technology that they had recovered. And he got to go on to an alien ship that they had recovered. And
Oh shit, I need to watch that now.
And what's alien technology? Like, what's that even capable of?
Was a human's brain able to, an engineer that smart, even able to work on it? It's like, this might be 10,000 years advanced technology than we've ever seen.
they were saying that they had a box, an anti-gravity box that you could try to put your hand on and it wouldn't go because it pushed gravity. And they were like, try to reverse engineer this. And he said, all that I ever got to find out was they knew how to turn it on, and like that was it. And we weren't allowed to talk to anyone else working on the projects.
Wow.
Because it was that top secret. And then they ended up catching his ass and kicking him the fuck out and trying to ruin his life because he kept trying to talk about it.
Yeah, and he was saying how the physics of just like spacecrafts are just so different than movements or anything that we have down here.
Like the alien spacecraft.
The alien spacecrafts, he was saying like they move in a way like imagine a bed and imagine like a ball on the bed and you put your hand down right next to it and the ball moves. So it's like it warps and it moves in that sort of way like that. Like that's how the spacecraft moves and that's how they say they get places. Or I don't even understand that sort of physics, but that's what he was saying.
They just be like going through wormholes and shit?
Yeah, like that's how it like went. I don't even know. You got to find the clip because
Makes me think, like we have a lot of technology now where we can kind of get an idea of like, yeah, this is beyond us. Do you think people in like the 1500s, 1400s that these things have came by and confused the hell out of whatever civilization was there? Like, the fuck is that thing? Do you think like an alien has spoken to a human back in the day when they had no idea what airplanes were or like no light, nothing? Like,
because think about the pyramids and how stuff like that was built. Like that seems like it had to have been alien technology, like laser cut stones and shit like that. So it's like, have we not re-met that time like at some point in this life?
But like, why they all ended up in
Looking to
Area
find
51?
it.
Why have they not like came to fucking New York City times? Do they even know the geographic of Earth? Do they know exactly where to go and not go?
But that's what they have
Or
the
they-
Men in Black for, where it's they'll know if you saw something, and then they come and they get you.
Or yeah, imagine they already been over here, but we already been warped, already been erased. Maybe I already seen them.
Bruh, it's like,
Because like you don't just make Men in Black as like a joke. No. What do y'all know? Who came up with that concept?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like that's why a lot of these movies always something.
it is, but you guys have to watch the whole long thing. Him talking about the alien spaceship, he said there was like no seats or no nothing and everything was smooth.
And because he can't prove anything, they can just, nobody has to come out and be like, he's wrong. It's just, he can expose whatever he did say. Nobody's gonna come out and be like, he's telling the truth. So it's up to us. It's like faith. You believe him, you don't. Is he crazy? Did he actually say what he said?
And then it's like you don't know what to believe, what NASA puts out or what the news or government. It's like, what do you even
You think we're
believe
gonna
at this
see
point?
something before we go?
I don't know, because then
Like
I
in my lifetime, are we gonna see
I don't
a
know.
figure? Are they gonna show us something? Is it one of them gonna crash down like Jesus if Jesus came down and it's gonna be like, holy shit? I don't know.
And the fact that the soft launch that they appear to be doing, I think by the time they really do it, release it, everyone's already gonna be like, oh, I've been known that. And that way it won't cause riots and people breaking and looting shit. I think that's
Yeah,
what would
'cause
happen.
they just did it all at once to be too much.
Man.
Like, are we gonna see these bodies on a Reddit forum and now this guy's gonna get spread? So everybody's gonna see actually what it looked like for the next 2 months, 3 months, and then a year from now after we forgot about it, oh yeah, here's the bodies. We already saw that last year.
I just remember getting upset because I think it was James Gordon show.
He's retiring this year, I know.
I think he was interviewing Obama. It might have been him, whatever. He was interviewing Obama, like, are there aliens? And then Obama said, no. I was like, you're lying.
I told you, I was at the Pentagon. We're locking up phones before he went to an office, and I was like, hey, this is real. So we all talk about the aliens. The soldier next to me went, but like mad. And I looked at him, I was like, what? What the fuck is that?
Isn't there clips of that famous astronaut saying like, oh, we never went to the moon?
Fuck, I don't know.
I've seen clips.
Right? Like kids would ask that.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
I want to know, but I think I know, because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
I did see. I think I know what you're
talking about.
You know
what I mean? Like I thought I'd seen some clips like that. I'm like, okay, well, why are you saying that? What does that mean? Then again, who knows anything?
When the alien invasion comes, what am I gonna do? We come in peace. Boom, they shoot me.
Oh yeah, this thing will work.
Right?
Yeah, if they're watching this video.
We come in peace.
They don't even have hands.
Now, there's a lot of stories of like ships landing and everyone be like, what the fuck
Are they small? Are they big? Like,
there's a lot of different types of ships.
Yeah, I bet you like the way we're here with 2 arms, 2 hands, they even have a body like us? Are they crawling? Like, what do they look like? They don't have to, we only assume they have big heads, big eyes.
Yeah, right.
What do they need to have brains?
Like, what was that whole Vegas fiasco with the aliens? Like, that just happened before this. I'm like, what is going on?
In Vegas?
Apparently, there's a ship landed in someone's backyard.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so they be showing up.
Yeah, people were breaking out videos like, if you look here, you can see the figure in the back and the eyes and the shadow. And
bro.
Like, okay.
And then there's the ones that's like hard to believe, and then that gets blurred with the real stuff, and then you don't know what to believe.
Like, there's never a good quality video. In 2023, there's never a good quality video.
Like security footage. Like, y'all ain't got nothing?
We got all these cameras.
I mean, that's why when I was a little kid and I was on YouTube and any alien videos out there, I was like, oh my God, there they are. But that was back then when whatever you saw, you just believed.
And what are they? And they're here now. They're flying around. And what do they want?
They can just fly invisibly too, though. You think they just? You think they can literally? If you said their technology was like that, they got the invisible cloak like Harry Potter, just fucking swirling around right now.
They can move wherever they want, do whatever they want, at any speed.
You think they just been collecting data over here? Oh,
they're gonna abduct us.
Just how they doing it.
It's like the Jimmy Neutron movie. Yeah, they were onto something.
And well, shout out to the aliens.
We come in peace.